Okay, so shall we talk about Western spirituality? Is there anything like this? Is this a joke? Is this some kind of joke? No, it is not a joke. There is some kind of Western spirituality, and it used to have a big influence over all the systems that remains alive till today. We are facing real Western spirituality crisis. When we look at our big and developed society, we see that something really bad happened between 19th and 20th century, something that broke the connection between our Western life and spirituality. There were few breaks like this. What systems do we have available which preserved those hard times? And it was not opened to public. It was not allowed to be opened because all the spiritual light workers were afraid to be punished for publication of those systems which allowed people to become connected. What the real spirituality even is. We think that the spirituality is something that helps us to recover from the trauma we had. There are a lot of wars which happened not so far from now. My grandfather used to talk terrible stories to me. My grandmother was mentally ill because of the trauma she passed through. It also took my mother. And I am the first generation who is capable to be free from this trauma. So, what does it mean for us? What does it mean to my life, and what does it mean to me? This means that I don't have to deal with this overwhelming situation that my parents and grandparents used to have. Now I am capable to get access to the mode that I am creating my reality. It is not my trauma and emotions creates it, but this is me who decides where to go, what books should I read, and what can I talk to a public. The real spiritual path is your life, and the real spiritual path already have access to is right here, within this place you are, within the room you are in. What is the reason I have to go to all those holy places, holy dates? What does it really means? And there is nothing wrong to understand it and to be capable to experience it by scientific knowledge. There were a lot of scientists in our Western culture who were occultists, for example, and they had a really big knowledge, really deep knowledge, which was beyond our comprehension. And if you will dig deeper to the people who are standing behind the trajectory of the missile, like Isaac Newton, he wrote also a very profound spiritual books, which we don't know. We hardly even know the physics and the rules of physics and what we can say about the spiritual roots of Isaac Newton or Albert Einstein. There are plenty of Western spiritual systems you can incorporate within your Western life. What is really interesting, but it only thing it demands from you is a little bit of effort. This is something that we are as a Western world lack because we have access to everything, especially in my generation when we didn't have nothing. I remember the times before the computers. I remember how I was standing in a queue to buy a food. It was much more difficult. And the only thing we have to access to is our effort. But you have to set the right intention. And in the spiritual, the intention is everything. The intention is the direction. The direction is only possible when you are the commander. If you are the commander of your ship, you can set the intention, and all universe is going through this direction. And now what's happening is that you are becoming a creator of your reality. And this is the key to real spirituality. This real spirituality is about you to be a commander of your life. That's why it was so easy to erase us from our spirituality, because some kind of people in the Western difficult world wanted to be commanders, wanted to have a power over all the rest of us. So we have now the democracy, we have all the rights, which is really something very fresh and new in our world. And but we don't know how to use it, and it's really easy to operate us because of the trauma we have, because of the fear we have embodied within us, because of the systems that were incorporated by our parents and grandparents. We have the system which, through fear, is really easy to manipulate us as a species, as a groups. But now something different happens because we have access to all the knowledge. Now we can be the commander of what we are watching, of what we are hearing, of what we are talking about. And we are starting to talk about more and more interesting things in general, in public. And I see it among my friends, the people I know. I am really amazed by the topics and the knowledge that the simple people already has, and they had it all times, but it was really hidden in the shelves. They didn't have the courage to talk about this freely, even to their kids, even in the families. They kept it for themselves within their head and didn't embody it all they knew, because they thought there is no space for that. But there is always a space for that, for the knowledge to be embodied, and for us to be creators of our lives. Look at the municipalities, what is happening now. And we as the species, if we only have a will, we can really influence what is happening around us. This is starting to be a real thing. So in this episode, I just wanted to mention about this, but in the next episodes, I will try to get you closer to the systems that are available in West. And I will put some links in the description when I will describe the main systems that are available here on Earth, on our Western world, which will help you to be a creator, to be a commander of your life. Only commander. Only commander is you. No one can save your soul. Nobody else can tell that they will free you. Only you can do it. And if you will strengthen the connection with the source, if you will build the system, if you will build the ratio between you and your higher self, then all the sins will be your victories. And we are there. The lotus will grow anyway. All the miracles are available here in this room you are, and with those people you are around you. You have to know some certain things. I will not tell you which things, because everyone has its own way, its own world. That's how we are created. We are the small walls of big diamonds, and each wall reflects the light differently.